been around 3 years now since Batman Caped Crusader, an animated series based on DC's Dark Knight, co-developed by Matt Reeves and Batman animated series producer Bruce Timm, among others, was formally unveiled. But things around the show are finally starting to heat up. An exclusive report from Entertainment Weekly last week revealed several new images from the series and also provided a fresh synopsis, confirming that this incarnation of Bruce Wayne will differ from any other we've seen on the big and small screens to date, and in a way that provides plenty of cause for excitement. Hello everyone, Ewan for What Culture here, and what I just said is no small praise, given that Batman himself boasts a lofty reputation in the animated medium. The aforementioned betas, which Caped Crusader Alan Tim co-created alongside the likes of Eric Radomski and Paul Dini, is largely responsible for that legacy. With the late Kevin Conroy as the Dark Knight and Mark Hamill as the Joker, the team at Warner Bros. Animation set about creating a Fleischer-inspired Art Deco masterclass that offered what could reasonably be considered the definitive take on Batman. Beta spawned a wave of less well-known but still just as seminal spin-off shows, including Superman animated series, Batman Beyond, Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, and Static Shock, forming a beloved corner of DC stable known as the DC Animated Universe, or DCAU for short. Animated shows on DC's comics have come and gone since, and while there have certainly been highlights, none have really come close to matching the mythos Beta spawned in 1992, which gives a good idea of the boots Caped Crusader is looking to fill. And fill them it seems to be doing. Not in a way that feels imitative or safe, but instead fresh, inventive, and truly unique. With Reeves and Tim aboard, and renowned comic book scribes like Ed Brubaker and Greg Rucka as well, Batman Caped Crusader is shaping up to be, on paper, something fairly special, taking the world's greatest detective back to his golden age roots and departing from most modern screen portrayals in the process. Apart from its formidable creative team, the biggest and most striking reason as to why Batman Caped Crusader looks so intriguing is its recently revealed setting of the 1940s. I've got a quote here from Bruce Timm from that EW article which goes into a little bit more detail on this, and yeah, it's really exciting. James Tucker and I are both really big fans of movies from that era, so we decided to really lean into that in terms of the clothes, the cars, the architecture, and the level of technology. Apart from just ensuring that Caped Crusader remains visually distinct from other Batman offerings, this decision also immerses the show in a set zeitgeist. Unlike Betas, which imparted a sense of timelessness by drawing upon 1940s influences, Caped Crusader is embracing the noir aesthetics of the period and of Batman's earliest stories. Images from the show see Bats and Catwoman wearing costumes in keeping with the original Bill Finger and Bob Kane comics, while others have Bruce and Selina Kyle dressed up in period-accurate fashions. Brubaker himself has spoken of the show's noir influences previously, further enshrining Caped Crusader in a set tone and style that deviates from the explosive superheroics that became Batman's bread and butter as he evolved within the pages of DC Comics over multiple decades. It's an approach that yielded huge success with the late, great Darwin Cook, a writer and artist whose seminal comic, DC The New Frontier, charted the in-world transition of DC's heroes from the dark golden age to the lighter silver age of the 1950s and 60s. By drawing from the same well, Caped Crusader has immediately delineated itself from the glut of other Bat offerings that have bombarded audiences over the last several decades, as well as affording space for Tim to further articulate a concept he executed for the character's 75th anniversary in 2014. Potentially an indicator of the tone and style of Caped Crusader, Batman Strange Days was developed by Tim and released on YouTube, his trademark art style rendered in black and white as a distinctly golden age incarnation of Batman, again voiced by Conroy, faces Hugo Strange, one of his monster men, to save the life of a blonde bombshell. It's a gorgeous proof of concept for a 40s set Batman show, and while Caped Crusader has opted for full colour over the black and white stylings of its cinematic forebears, it looks to be bringing all those delicious noir vibes just as hard. Now for the villains, and other than the femme fatale Catwoman, whose Caped Crusader incarnation Tucker has described as being inspired by Barbara Stanwyck's character Jean Harrington in The Lady Eve, this new Batman series is putting fresh or forgotten spins on other DC rogues as well. Clayface, for instance, is not the shapeshifter Ron Perlman voiced to haunting perfection in the two-parter BTAS episode Feet of Clay, but rather a masked Lon Chaney-esque murderer in keeping with the character's comics debut. No other members of Batman's Golden Age Rogues Gallery have been revealed for the show as of yet, but there is one other villain from a different Bat era who has received an unexpected but intriguing makeover. Harley Quinn, co-created by Tim and Paul Dini for BTAS in '92, will also feature in Caped Crusader, not as a lovelorn sidekick for the Joker or as an anti-hero striking out on her own, but instead as a fierce psychiatrist leading a double life. As Tim explained in the aforementioned EW report, quote, "I co-created the character, so I have a lot of love and affection for her, but I thought there might be something interesting about bringing her on the show, just not as Joker's girlfriend. So how do we do that? A big part was just doing a basic flip. The original Dr. Quinzel was a little bit more serious, and then when she became Harley, she got really goofy and weird. So we thought, what if we reverse that? When she's Dr. Quinzel, she's a little bit more whimsical and fun. And then when she's Harley Quinn, she's scary." This reinvented Harley doesn't work as a psychiatrist in Arkham Asylum. Instead, she has her own practice and even has Bruce Wayne as her patient. Tim has teased that she'll use her psychiatric expertise to her advantage in her alter ego, which, apart from having nothing to do with the Clown Prince of Crime, has also departed from the red and black colour scheme in favour of green and gold. It marks a huge departure from the character that ascended to the heights of comic book popularity in the 2010s. But it's intriguing how Tim and Tucker have reverse-engineered Harley for Caped Crusader's noir theme. With more villains sure to come, there should be other opportunities for the show to reinvent those Batman rogues that debuted in the Silver, Bronze, and Modern Ages of comics, as well as spotlight those who debuted in its 1940s setting, like a certain arch-nemesis that laughs a lot. Also, while I'm here, what villains are you hoping will make an appearance in Caped Crusader? Shout them out down in the comments below, as I really want to read these, and also hit that like button if you're enjoying yourself, as it would be hugely appreciated. But away from villains now, and bat fatigue has been a real concern and complaint from DC fans over the last 10 years, with the character featured across a variety of comics, TV shows, films, and video games. But Caped Crusader looks to be sidestepping that by extricating the character from his most recognizable contemporary self. That safe, digestible guise may have proven a reliable earner for DC and Warner Brothers, but it is homogenous and uncompelling in a way something that boasts more ethereal intent, like Reeves' The Batman, or looking further back, Batman Beyond, which I love, is not. By immersing itself within the Dark Knight's golden age, Caped Crusader has aligned with those more revered and indeed distinct interpretations of the character. It's a huge breath of fresh, non-scarecrow gassed air, and for this particular Bat fan who loves noir cinema and golden age pulp, probably the most exciting DC project of the last half-decade. With Tim, Tucker, Reeves, and writers like Ed Brubaker and Greg Rucka along for the ride, Batman Caped Crusader looks like it could be the first truly worthy heir to the crown that the DC AU abdicated when Justice League Unlimited concluded in 2006. Is this all a bit premature given the lack of trailer or even voice cast reveal? Well, maybe, but frankly, I also don't care. As someone who lives for noir and the pulpy stylings of Golden Age DC, I'm convinced that this one is shaping up to be a real winner. In any case, we won't have to wait long to find out if it will be. Batman Caped Crusader swings onto Amazon Prime August 9th this year, which is just a few short months away. Here's hoping that, like X-Men '97, this proves to be another landmark animated superhero event for 2024.